Welcome back to the TWC Home Improvement Podcast, and it's all about Witney, because that's where we've got new premises coming for this incredible company, because they do make it about the people and places and the communities they serve. And we'll go on to details about just how they do that, but I've watched it myself, the pride they take. So let's have a look at what's going on in Witney. Greetings, gents.
Hello.
How are we doing? You all right? Haven't seen you for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. This feels like quite an emotive episode, this one, because the obvious one is that the big announcement is a new premises, but I get the impression there's quite sort of a heartfelt link here or something, that you're very happy about this one. Yeah. First of all, where is it?
It's Witney High Street.
The old lighting shop.
Yeah, the old lighting shop. We'd been looking at ways to expand into Oxfordshire for a while. Obviously, we've got our Oxford showroom at Millets Farm.
Oh, yeah.
And we were looking at different locations. And to being honest, we both fell in love with Witney, didn't we? We went up there and it was really strange how it happened. We were just driving along. We were looking at this is an amazing place. It's sort of going off there. Do you know, like an old-fashioned high street where you've got the mix between sort of like your Santander, your big corporation, and you've got
the banks are available.
It's your problem, not mine. And then you've got your local. You know, there's a furniture shop that the lady in there, the mother who's 90 odd years old, working there still. We met her the other day. Funny story to tell you about that. But yeah, no, we came past this lighting shop that was closing down, and ironically my sister-in-law runs a business called Marriott's, and it was being to let by Marriott's. So it was an instant sort of like
Did you
almost
get in
fake.
touch and go, why haven't you told me about this?
Yeah, pretty much.
We've got a deal.
Yeah, so yeah, it was sort of fate that happened.
Because I suppose for you guys
quickly.
it's tricky, because it's not even just the wear, it's got to be the right size and setup around it to work for what you need.
Yeah, I think for us, Witney is the sort of heart of the Cotswolds, and it's like the gateway to the Cotswolds.
I meant the building itself.
Yeah,
though, you know.
And location for us in terms of more over the building, location's probably the most important thing.
Yeah, the geography is important, but actually the location of where it is.
Where that is, and
e.g.
Because this is your first, am I right in saying this is your first foray onto a high street?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's got to be pretty darn cool as well.
Well, yeah, we looked, didn't we, at Marlborough. Unfortunately, the building wasn't right. We thought we'd found a couple of years ago. Yeah. But it just wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
We were a bit disappointed with that. And I think, as you said, sadly, you know, the high street in so many places is dying, and you go there and it's cash for gold, or, you know, charity shop, empty shop, you know.
Free mobile phone shop.
Yeah, you know, and
Fix your phone.
Yeah.
And realistically, you know, that we wouldn't want to be somewhere like that, you know. But for us, it was about finding somewhere, because, we feel very lucky that we've got our flagship showroom here in Swindon, 5,000 square foot. We've obviously got Millets Farm, which is absolutely thriving. You know, it's
my wife and daughter and my in-laws were there recently, because isn't that where they've got like the falconry and stuff going?
The amount of stuff they have there is ridiculous.
My wife came back.
My
wife came back and said, "Oh, we saw TWC."
Yeah. I mean, you know, you can go there and genuinely and spend all day there and see, you know, and still have stuff to go back for. It's incredible. You know,
it's really good.
But
and the food there is incredible.
Yeah.
The cafe there is amazing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Just don't go in the artisan butchers and spend a small fortune. But yeah, so we've got that. It's great, but it's a relatively small site. But that's our Oxford showroom, and so we wanted something that was, as you said, a shop on the high street, and with Witney being the gateway to the Cotswold, it's going to be our Cotswold showroom.
And you had customers over that direction already.
When you look at what was incredible is when you looked at when you start looking into the data to where you should open up next, and we were ready to open up next. It was incredible how much work we were doing in the Witney, Carterton area, OX29, OX28. Our heat map was so bright red there, wasn't it? And then we often, when you come into the showroom here, you'd get asked, where have you heard from us? Where are you from? And the amount of showroom leads that we get that drive 45 minutes to Swindon from OX28, 29, it just really made sense, didn't it? And then we found the right building, the right location. It was just, it was fantastic.
And also, I think, no matter what time you go there, you go there at 11 o'clock on a Monday, you go there at 6 o'clock on a Friday night, you try and ring a restaurant, the restaurants are busy, and I think we are naturally positive people, and we've got a business and we want it to thrive and we want it to do well and we want other businesses around us to do well and stuff like that. And, when you go to places and and it isn't doing well and you turn on the news and it's negative, but actually, I think there are loads of things to be positive about, and actually when you go somewhere like that, it really kind of gives you an extra sort of jump in your step, because it's like, it's great to see the high street busy. We went there and there's, ice cream shops and artisan coffee shops and stuff like that. And they're really busy. There's loads of people sat outside, all the restaurants and stuff like that. So
it's just a throwback, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was a throwback. It was wonderful. We were really lucky when we went into the lighting shop. My sister-in-law told me that I wasn't allowed to go into the lighting shop looking at on our own. We had to wait for the agent, what they get like. But I just walked in there, obviously, and we met, obviously,
like a red rag.
Asked the local guy for the contract. But we met this guy called Sean, who was working at the lighting shop at the time, and he sort of showed me around. And he was wonderful, absolutely wonderful man. He does some work for the local dogs charity, which we're going to get involved with him. Just a wonderful guy. And when we made the decision to take on the unit, I was quite hoping that we'd employ him. Unfortunately, he decided he was going to retire.
Oh, you tried your best.
Tried my best, but hopefully maybe still get him. Watch out later, Sean.
And watch out for a future podcast.
We teed that up.
We teed that up. But what was really funny is Sean, anyone that knows me knows what I do and don't like. And we met up with Sean, and Sean took me for, me and you, didn't he, for a 2.5 hour tour around Witney, introduced us to all the local businesses, the local blanket shops, and
which is what it was renowned for, wasn't it?
Blanket. It was just a really great experience. And what it done, it sort of cemented in our mind that we were doing the right thing. When we went to Millets, what I loved about Millets is they've got those artisan shops. And we spend, obviously we're a big company, we spend a lot of money on advertising, marketing, and we use some of our budget to put them in our leaflet. So when we sent our leaflets out to the local area in Abingdon and areas around Millets Farm, you'll notice that it'll have our logo, and then towards the back it will have bits about the artisan shop and stuff like that. And we've got the same feel about Witney, where there are little businesses there that we're going to start doing collaborations with to add them into our leaflet. Because it doesn't matter whether you're visiting the shop across the road, the mobility shop, the butcher, which is amazing, and then little cafe, I forgot the name of it now awkwardly, but I'll get it up here. But adding those in, no matter who gets busy, any traffic's good traffic, isn't it? So it's a wonderful opportunity for us to make a name for ourselves in Witney.
I love the fact when you say he took you on this 2.5 hour tour and you gave some examples, you did leave out things like bacon sandwiches and stuff like that I believe that he also...
No, he wanted me to have a gelato ice cream. And
really?
And he was
too posh for you?
No, we went to this gelato place, and it was very funny because... Andy was, and you were being healthy at the time, weren't you? Just been to the gym. We was on a bit of a diet, and they say, "Oh, would you, we have a bit of gelato like that?" And I, "Oh no, thank you, like that." And I don't know if you've ever seen a Father Ted, where it's like, "Would you have a cup of tea?"
not have a cup of tea, Bishop Brennan?
No, I am not going to stay. I want to get right to the point and get the hell out of here.
Are you sure you won't have a cup?
I am certain, thank you.
Go on, have a cup.
No, thank you.
Now look at everybody else is having a cup. Would you not have one yourself?
Go on, 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 go on.
Like that. It was a very similar. It was quite a crowded shop like that. I just dived straight in, had the gelato. It was unbelievable. And it was like, oh no, I really mustn't like that. And she wouldn't take no for an answer. So after about the 7th go, fine, give it here. Like that.
It was absolutely lovely. I want to add, and since then I've done nothing but eat gelato. So. No, but it was really funny, and there was a moment which where we'd been going. Obviously, we were up there to have quite a few different meetings. I was expecting like a half an hour chat with Sean. It turned into 2.5 hour tour, and had I not had a 12:30 appointment, I feel like
we'd still be there now.
We'd still be there now.
All day.
But he was brilliant, and I must say it was a real pleasure to get to know him and his feel for the local area.
It was just incredibly unique. Unique sort of setting really to, okay, look, we could have gone into a couple of shops and introduced ourselves and stuff like that, but it was a very unique experience to sort of go to, the ins and the outs and bits and pieces. And he was talking about the fact that actually Witney is a funny place because it's very traditional, in terms of the places it's got and the history and everything like that, but it's always been very open to new people if they align with those same sort of standards and stuff like that, which is what we're all about, because we're not going in there to bowl in there and do this and do that. We want to immerse ourselves into Witney and the people around there,
and make sure we help out local charity, local shops and stuff like that. So that's important to us.
That's because Joey's learned that if he goes in with his way, he gets shushed.
Yes.
Doesn't he? Like training session.
Well, I mean, we don't talk about the shushing. I mean, that probably, other than having kids, is my favourite moment of my life.
Absolutely. Yeah, I get that.
And I just wish I recorded that so
we didn't.
You did mention that there was a story about a furniture store.
Yeah, no, it was just really, really funny. We walked into this furniture store, and I think it's like a 3rd or 4th generation furniture shop.
It was like a TARDIS, wasn't it? It just went on and on and on.
You walked in there and thought, Christ, there is so much furniture from the inside. It was wonderful just getting to meet different people. Yeah. And I think the mother or the grandmother works there still, and she's in her 90s. It's incredible.
But, again, that being on the high street, is very rare.
That's a rare thing.
I'm originally from Guildford, and I used to work
mention that.
Big time, and Guildford Geezers. And I used to work on, famously, the last independent shop on Guildford High Street.
Oh, wow.
It's called Jeffrey's. It was a sports shop and stuff like that. I was 17. And but when that closed, because the rents got so high, it then meant that the entirety of Guildford High Street, you could be anywhere. Yeah. There was no, individual shop. There was no.
When we went to York, wasn't it? It was just those individual shops, and it was just trying to find that, and that's why we loved them all.
The identity.
Yeah. So to go into a furniture shop, that isn't the famous ones, that are all over the place, to actually go into an individual furniture shop. The son was working there, the mum was working there.
It's what I still love about Old Town here in Swindon. We went up there the other week, and it gives you an identity, and you can actually just go for a walk. We just literally went, let's go up there, let's grab breakfast somewhere up there, and let's just go for a wander. And you can do that, even though you go, but it's just shops. Yeah, I know, but it's a nice walk.
But places that you're not going to get another place. In others, exactly. You go to another town, and it's just the same thing and stuff like that, People, we talk about why is it someone chooses TWC when there's lots of other places they could choose. That people love the fact that we're a local family-run company, and that is in the heart of everything that we do. And that's exactly the same as when we're in Swindon, when we're at Witney, when we're in Miller's Farm.
Yeah, agreed.
No, I get that. When you first got the keys, though, it was just an empty shell. Yeah,
well. It's funny, we sort of had an idea of what we were going to do in terms of the fit out, and then we went back there, the lighting shop, bless him, he had taken all of his stuff out, and actually he'd left some really good sized areas to use, so we kind of developed it from there. And inside the showroom you've got 5 composite doors showcasing 10 colours for a small shop. You've got 6 examples of windows, you've got 10-15 styles of handles. We're going digital in the shop, so on the front of the window you're going to have an advert that goes with different before and after photos. The technology that we've got in order to show you what the product will look on your house is going to be on big screens inside of the showroom. So we'll be able to go in there, design a door, put it on your house, play around with it. And that's just in the front of the shop. And then at the back of the shop, because it's not massive, is it? And at the back of the shop, we've managed to create a conservatory building area where there's a build of a conservatory that's sort of done in a smaller size. You've then got screens about the journey, how, there's boards on there which show you the journey. There's also going to be TV screens, there's a lantern going on the wall. So there's a lot of product in there for such a small
It's just maximising the space.
Yeah, it's really, really well done.
I like the sound of that. And I noticed that you deliberately brought in the best plasterers, decorators, electricians, all of that kind of thing to make sure that it was done.
Yes. And we're really excited about getting it open. It's starting to take shape. It's taken a little bit longer than we thought, hasn't it? But again, as a company, we do hire some great plasterers, some great electricians, but because we do a lot of work, they're busy. So
it's true.
It's trying to fit them in the schedule. But no, it's really going well, and I'm really excited for the end result.
And interestingly, we make the point here is that as we're speaking, is that it's not quite ready, but by the time you'll be watching and listening to this,
you'll have already been there.
You'll have already been there.
It's open.
So
get
really
there.
excited.
And to be precise, 61 High Street in Witney, OX 286JA.
Yeah.
To be precise.
Yeah.
The signs are up now, so
signs
if
are
you go past it now, you can't miss it. So,
Really?
Signs are up. It only took Ian 6 weeks to get the signs up.
It took him 6 months to do this one, though.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
6 weeks, 6 months, you'd probably take that.
Yeah. To be
Progress.
to be fair to him, he's doing better. The next shot, maybe we'll hire someone else.
Yeah.
That's it.
We've already answered the why, Whitney, so I think that's it. And the biggest vibe that I'm picking up is that the go looking came from the geography, the heat map like you were talking about and everything like that. But the falling in love with Witney, and that's not an exaggeration, is it?
No.
No.
And that's kind of like the sealed with a kiss.
Yeah, we've kind of gone to quite a few restaurants, haven't we? Since finding Witney, we've been out to different restaurants. We've been into the bars, and just really enjoyed it. Charity shops. And I mean, it's an incredible place. There's so much to do.
It really is.
It really is. And you can just go through. There's a little walkway next to the shop, and there's just loads of little tiny businesses all the way along. So it's incredible. It isn't just your sports soccer next to that. It's so refreshing.
Parking?
Oh, it's all free as well. Free parking in Witney.
Really?
Yeah.
So you park out in the car park and then walk through, and it's right there.
Being totally honest, we didn't even think about parking. We kind of fell in love with the shop. We wanted to do it.
Yeah.
We went with it. And then I think it was we'd already got the key, so we were sort of
Too
bugging
late,
anyway.
yeah.
And you went, what about parking? And I looked at you like, oh, crap. But yeah, as it turns out, we already knew tactically that it was completely free parking in the city centre. So that really, in the town centre, sorry, that really makes a big difference in people getting out there, because people don't have to pay for parking. You can just get there parked. It's brilliant.
Absolutely.
And it's that thing as well, isn't it? Of what when you have a showroom somewhere, we've already talked about the fact that we get involved in everything like that, but it's a two-way street. People often, I actually said with this place, they often just like to come in and see what you're about and have a look and touch and feel and all that sort of thing. And I think for people to be able to do that in a busy high street, is different, isn't it? Even here, although we're bang on the roundabout, we're not on a high street or anything like that. So, it'll be nice for people to have a little wander in and have a look around and see what we've got.
Presumably you will get some more that are wandering going, oh, we keep touching on that, don't we?
Yeah.
Let's go and quickly find out.
Well, it's quite funny. Every time I've been up there at a weekend and the door's been open, someone's already wandered in.
Really?
Yeah. It's sort of, oh no, not open yet.
Yeah. There's here is a destination showroom. Millet's Farm is a busy place, but it'll be the first one actually on a high street. So we might just get people wandering in and they take a leaflet, they take a brochure, whatever it might be.
They go through the design.
Yeah. And
Sorry, that was cut that.
And that's the point of it. It might just be that they wander in, and then 6 weeks, 6 months, 6 years later, they actually speak to us or whatever it might be. But that's fine.
And it's a way of getting that real people that are on that first step of that journey.
Yeah,
you know,
or less.
Yeah,
Potentially, because it could be. Because it's about that subliminal marketing as well, isn't it? That suddenly I'm now going, oh, do you know what? Blimmin' it, those windows or that door's a pain in the neck, and you go, well, we keep walking past that TWC, and it can be about
that's annoying you,
with
our podcast,
exactly. It's non-stop, but it is about that's what you then become the ones that we remember, that we reach out to, and I think there's a lot. I've always had a mantra: if you don't tell, you can't sell. So that's coming from your side, if you will. We've got to make sure that everybody's aware of what you do. What's the plan with the opening days and hours or whatever?
So opening hours are Monday for 7 days a week.
It is
7 days a week, 9 till 5. We're going to play it by ear on the Sunday. The Sunday is going to start off 9 till 5, but it may be reduced to 10 till 4, depending on how busy the high street is. So play it by ear on that one. In terms of the actual opening date, we are waiting for a guest. We have a special guest, top secret, that is going to be doing the opening. So that person is...
It's not me.
It's not Joseph.
Not dressed up.
It's not Joseph. I insisted on that.
It's not going to run in like Batman or Robin. Only Fools of Horses. Fools and Horses.
If he does, we'll close.
Good idea.
But no, we are waiting on a special guest. There was dates discussed, and those dates have slightly been moved around. And we're quite excited by the person that's going to be opening it. So more on that to come. But so yeah, big start of October.
Start of October, good. Which, as I say, you'll probably be watching or listening to this after that date, so it's already open. Get down.
Exactly.
I've got to ask an intriguing question that I probably shouldn't ask, but I will because I'm that kind of guy. Is you do a cool grotto thing here? Is there a plan to do anything there?
We've had a little chat about it. The guys that do it here, we have had a little chat about it. There is a possibility.
Prime location.
Quite a lot smaller. That's the only thing. But yes, there has been a conversation. But being honest with you, I think the main conversation we had, if we were to do that, then we'd want it to be a charity or a kid's place from Witney, rather than taking our people from here to do it there. So it's about networking. It's about finding the right fit. We've already spoken to one that works at the blanket shop that could possibly do something, but more to come on that as well.
Love it. See, I wasn't even prepped for that one. I just knew to bring that one up. It just doesn't surprise me, and just the location, you think, that would be perfect. Because you guys, and I did already touch on this, is that you're very much about the community that you're in, the people that are there, the charities that are there, the businesses. You mentioned about supporting the businesses. That's clearly been a cornerstone for you guys since you got established enough.
Well, it's everything. At the end of the day, okay, we can go on about, that we want to do this, we want to achieve this, and, but without the people to do it, then it's nothing. So, okay, with something like Witney, although there won't be loads of people working out of it, we're still hiring people in the area. If we're doing more work in that area, naturally that will grow. And we're talking to the local customers, as you said. If the businesses around us are doing well, that's good for them and it's good for us. So it isn't just a singular thing. It is the wider community that we're part of.
Because that's the important thing to understand, isn't it? This is a showroom. I mean, even this is a showroom, but does have admin offices here in Swindon, which I guess is this deemed as your HQ? I guess it is, isn't it?
Well, we've got Headlands Grove, which again, is on that. We were over at Woodside Road in South Marsden for 10 years. We've moved because we ran out of space, so we've moved to Headlands Grove. So five minutes down the road.
Where I was coming is that you've got a warehouse, obviously, that takes the deliveries in, and then there's all of that. But that, presumably, you're not having any of that at the Witney.
No.
Because that doesn't need to be decentralised.
No, and that's why, really, again, you talk about the geography of it. Okay, yes, the location, the shop is really important, but actually for us, we cover logistically an hour outside of Swindon. And obviously, naturally, with Witney, we'll go slightly further out, because we'll do an hour outside of there, but it still comes from the same depot in terms of the installation.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, fair dues. That makes sense. So, what's Have you got any further plans that you're not able to do at the beginning, or is it planning to go wham bam done from day one with the Witney showroom? I don't know. Is there anything? Because you guys, you never stop. That's
I think it's. We've got a fantastic guy up there that's going to be doing the manager in there, the showroom guy, a guy called Luke, who's already up there at the moment. He's in there straight away. Bless him.
Cool.
Opening. There's technology that we're hoping to implement up there in terms of VAR and stuff, which we're on conversations about. We spoke about that in other episodes.
Yeah.
We've also got a new product coming out, which is going to be an aluminium product.
Easy for you to say.
Product, from Origin, which is again a new sort of thing that we're doing at the moment that's probably going to be released in Witney first rather than here. So there's a few things that we're planning on doing, but a lot of them are secrets, so you can't know about them yet, Chris.
Well, you'd have to kill me.
Yes.
But also,
everybody watching.
With anything like that, it's another opportunity for us to talk about it, to talk about what we do, to talk about the products and everything like that, talk about our unique selling points of everything that we do. So it allows us to talk about the showroom, to get people in, to meet people and all that sort of thing. That's what a new showroom does for us.
And I think also in an industry, for me, in an industry that's closing down all of its showrooms, and I'm not going to start naming off companies because it's not fair, but there isn't national companies with showrooms anymore. There's a reason for that. They don't have showrooms. For me, the death of the national showroom is a tragedy because people want to see their product. Yeah. And we've spoke about this before in other pods, but why should a customer drive 45 minutes to us? Why can't we get a showroom there so that they've got somewhere where they can go to that's local? If they have a problem with an installation, there's a base there that you can go and see. They can go in and speak to somebody. I think that's critical, and that's why we won't just stop at Witney. We are going to open other satellite branches in Oxfordshire, just so that people have got a place where they can go to, look at the products, or somewhere they can liaise with if they have issues with installation and stuff like that. So I think it's just really important to set up home in these places rather than, just dip in and take the business.
Yeah, and also it's the size, the size that we are. We've obviously grown exponentially in the last 12 years, but we've got to a size where we believe that we're big enough to cope. So cope with the demand. If someone has, we talked in a previous episode about out of hours calls, and if someone has a security issue or something like that.
You're big enough to cope, small enough to care line. Was that another attempt to get the quote of the day? That's poor. If I'm being honest,
we're big enough to cope. We're big enough to cope, but we're small enough to care. And
that is his favourite line. He says that
because it's true. It's true.
What about tomorrow's technology? Yesterday's prices today.
No, the reason what you can't see off camera, he's got his phone there and he's just
ChatGPT
with the big dashes.
Brilliant.
No, the reason that is such a big thing for us is because realistically, what is a customer's options? They choose a one-man band, which has a place in the market. It's fine. She's a national company, and again that has a place in the market. But we know from the customers we speak to and the benefits that our customers get, us being a medium-sized regional business is massive for that customer because we're able to cope with their demand. We've got the support of Conservatory Outlet, which again kind of allows us to be the best of both. We could be a local family-run company, but have that backing in terms of the support and the technical help and all that kind of thing. But as I said, if you need something fitted, adjusted quite quickly, we can get someone out there because we've got 10 fitting teams. We've got managers in place that can run out and assist things and stuff like that. But we're at a size that if we do your windows and you tell 10 of your customers, your friends, neighbours, people like that we've done a great job, that's massive to us.
Yeah, cool.
You tell 10 of your friends and colleagues that we've done a terrible job, that's massive to us. So we really do. And all right, a lot of my lines, I do repeat a fair bit. It's probably why I got shush. But large enough to cope, small enough to care is one of my favourites. So I'll never apologise for that.
Over the past 15 years, I've spent a lot of time with this man. And I reckon there's about 6 or 7 quotes that he says a lot, that when he says them, I die. I just die inside. I go, bloody hell. That's it. But he is absolutely bang on. And to be honest, obviously, getting back to the point that why Witney, what we're excited about, it's going to be a great showroom. It really is.
It does.
It's going to be special, and we're really excited about the new type of high street showroom. It's the first one we've ever done. You touched upon it earlier. Most showrooms in this industry are industrial estate based, and they're not national companies anymore. It's only real regional companies that have it one. This is the first one we've done on high street. We both believe really that this is a model that could really work in terms of if you want to come and see something great and grand, we'll come to this one.
Yeah, you want to walk in a 5x4 metre extension, then obviously you're going to have to come in here.
If you want to see the product up close and personal, if you want to feel, because a lot of a thing about the showroom is that customer knows they've got that base to go to if there are problems. I think it gives.
If they're not happy, come and see us.
It gives comfort that customers.
You're not too far away. I mean, this is the key thing for me is, and again, I make no bones about reminding you two about this with the conversations that we're always having both on camera and off camera.
Yeah, we don't speak to you off camera.
You speak at me.
Oh, sorry.
You fitting at the back of a van with 2 teams to now having 4 locations, sister companies in Frome and Woodley, and you've built up a reputation to be proud of. I mean, I know we had a conversation about you do focus on any potential negatives that come along because you focus on making sure they don't happen again or they're resolved.
Yeah.
And you don't focus enough on the good things. But this Witney showroom, for me, just has this time that goes, no, seriously, guys, think about that. At the back of a van, 2 teams, to now having all of that. It's pretty damn cool.
Yeah, it's good, but you don't have time to think about that.
I'm making time right now.
If you'd have said 5 years ago, never mind 12 years ago, if you'd have said 5 years ago that, this is what we'd have, then, I probably wouldn't have believed you, just being honest. So it is brilliant.
But you're managing that
growth.
growth.
Had slightly more, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. But you're managing that growth. You don't want to, be national. You're not a franchise, not a faceless corporation.
Yeah.
And then hence the whole thing, big enough to cope, small enough to care.
Oh, you heard that one, I think.
Yeah. It's just
I've not heard that before.
Off the top of my tongue, that one.
Just one thing that you touched on actually, which reminded me of something. You talk about the fact that a lot of normal showrooms are on trading estates and bits and pieces like that. We had at the old unit at Woodside Road, we had a small showroom, nothing like this, but a small showroom there. And we had a customer that tried to find us. We used to do, at the time, quite a lot of paper advertising. He saw our advert, thought, great, I'm going to go look at these guys. He tried to find us, and he had an old sat-nav that just took him to the middle of a trading estate.
Yeah.
And so he tried 3 times to try and find. He'd get home, didn't have a mobile, so he'd get home, he'd ring us up.
He rings up getting angrier.
Yeah. How are you? Like that.
You keep moving.
So we'd explain all of that. And so explaining it, he tried 3 times. On the 3rd time, he went, sod this, I'm going to go somewhere else. Was driving out. As he's driving out of South Marsden Industrial Estate, he sees one of our fitting vans. So he's like, I'll follow that. It's a true story. Followed the fitting van. We ended up, for that customer, doing a full house of windows, a porch, all the guttering, and a conservatory. And genuinely, if he hadn't have seen that fitting van, we never would have come across that customer.
I had a horrible feeling you were going to tell me that van was going to an instant.
Yeah, he outfit it. Yeah. No, but the reason, and honestly, that has stuck with us, this is years ago, but that has stuck with us, and that's a big part of it. You've got to be in a place where people can see you.
We did have a lovely showroom there, though. Do you remember it? The little showroom where me and you fitted the first bricks.
Famously.
We say famously. Our builders used to take the mick out of us because we didn't actually lay the brick. We just held it.
The photo op.
Oh, bless us.
It's all about what we believe they're seeing, isn't it?
Again, back then, that South Marsden, when we got there, we were really incredibly proud of what we did there. And, and obviously, as you go along, you get bigger and more things happen, and you've got to be proud of what you do. But for me, it's all about what's next, what's coming next. How do we make that bigger? How do we make it better? How do we improve the journey for the customer? But including that, how do we do the best journey for the staff? Because actually, if you can inspire your staff to want to do bigger, better things, then actually you want to win, aren't you?
100%, yeah, without question. Well, guys, so cool to speak about this. I can't wait to see it.
We haven't invited you to the opening.
Oh no, I'm just sneaking in.
Yeah,
When you
we've
didn't realise
invited
the door
Tom,
was still
the video
open.
guy.
Oh, he'll be too busy. He's working
He was too
hard.
busy working. Yeah, promising edits on a Thursday. So,
But best of luck.
Thank you.
And I'll say it now because we're best of luck with the opening day.
it's already happened.
But it has already happened by the time you're watching this. I think we got that covered off there.
if not, something's gone wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
And we might need to delete the whole episode.
Yeah, forget it, pull it, it's gone. But congratulations, best of luck with it, and I can't wait to see
Thank
it.
you, Jack.
Thank
Have a
you.
good one. Thank you very much.
Well done.
Cheers.
Thanks very much for joining us. But for now, from TWC Home Improvement Podcast, see you next time.
See ya.